Welcome.
Hi, welcome to DreamingASMR. Oh, you can't see her, but Chelsea Harfouche is in the background, and she'll be helping with the chat. Do you want to say hi over there?
I can say hi if everybody can hear me.
Here, let me just.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Hi, everyone. Send me your questions, and I will ask Max and Griffin. That's all.
That is all.
That is all. Thank you.
Okay. So, let's talk.
Waiting to send the link out to everyone, and then we can start taking questions and talking about what we're doing.
Yes. I think I'll put it down just a little bit.
This is the mic, our new toy. We should give it a name.
We should.
Maybe we should take suggestions from the crowd.
Yes.
So unfortunately for this stream, we haven't figured out how to get the binaural mic to work for streaming in a stereo way, so it's kind of gone mono on us, but at least it's a higher quality mic than my laptop for our laptops. So you have to bear with us, and next time hopefully we'll have a more binaural stream when we choose to stream. And the videos should still be stereo.
Oh,
and I got dressed up.
And it looks like yours
At
is...
the very end.
Oh.
That was me. I sent out the link because I still don't see it anywhere on Twitter.
Actually, for this. All right, it's working.
There we go.
Okay, so I'm going to retweet somebody.
See you. I see you.
Hi. Thank you for coming. So this is our new channel. And Max and I just posted a video each. I think mine is still processing. So
I think it might be done. I'm going to add the thumbnail.
Yeah. So if you don't see my video up yet, it's called Pumpkin Carving Sense Fest. It's on its way. It's just processing. It's going to take a little bit because it's longish. So
it's done.
Oh, it's done. Yeah.
Adding the thumbnail.
I'm going to retweet Chelsea so everyone has the link.
For some reason, it's much darker.
It is really dark.
Yeah, it is.
What happened?
Well, it's because we're backlit.
But you were backlit in the last one too. It was less dark.
I don't want to hear any of your attitude.
Oh no, it's better. It was just the angle, I think.
Yeah.
You guys are good.
Okay, so we have the chat, and you posted that.
Yes.
Okay. So, do you want to let's just start talking about what we plan on doing?
Wait, let me first see if I can put this thumbnail on.
And I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to just say it. I think that we're the first ASMR channel to be a collaboration of different friends. Max and I are running the show. We are on the hook for getting everything done, producing it, but we'll be involving our friends as well, and there'll be different people on the channel making appearances, doing different styles of ASMR.
Yeah. Doing amazing.
And relaxation and some meditation stuff too. Maybe not all just ASMR. I think we'll try to be a little bit broad, but yeah, that is the main focus. I think the relaxation and tingles.
Yeah.
It's hard to say tingles and take yourself seriously. Maybe we don't take ourselves seriously.
Well, it was like when I sent that person the Tingle Factory comment. Or I sent that GIF of like Tingle from Legend of Zelda to my freelance client instead of to you.
Oh, right.
And it was just like a guy doing like this. And it was like, that is not good.
Did you ever wonder what that was about?
Yeah, he was like, what is it? And I was like, oh, it's ASMR. And I was like, that doesn't really help anything either, does it?
So let us know if we're either too quiet or if this is making us too loud. And we will try to adjust.
Yeah, and I'm going to check the
Griffin?
Yeah?
Everyone would like to let you know that your hair looks amazing.
Oh, thanks. It's not mine.
Wait,
it's a clip-on.
But
This is what came out of my closet. I'm trying to figure out what to wear for Halloween because we're having a party, and I don't have anything, and I don't have time to get anything together. So luckily, I have a lot of fun things in my closet.
Now my hair is just as impressive.
I don't know.
It's really beautiful. But you know, the buzzword for when you just put together things you already have and you didn't do any work is you cultivate it. So you cultivated this look.
for sure.
Carefully curated. As Griffin wrote.
Curated from my father.
Cultivate looks. That's what we're all about. Yeah.
It's a carefully cultivated group of ASMR
Look
channels.
cultivation.
So I see comments on the YouTube, but on the Hangout, I don't see the same chat. Do you guys know?
We have tried.
We have no idea.
We have tried for literally years to get
Google
the Google
Hangouts.
Hangout to show us the chat. And you know what? With every update, they're like, should we put a chat on this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It
We're not
works.
doing that.
It worked so well with the patrons before this in the private chat.
Well, that's because you're using Google Hangouts proprietary Google Hangout software. You're not using Google Hangouts on air on YouTube, which is a lot of things.
Great.
Oh, we didn't send it through YouTube.
What's that?
Okay,
We're
sorry.
gonna send what through YouTube?
Sorry, pardon our dust. We're still sorting things out. So it's
We're
weird.
all really drunk.
That's not true.
That's not accurate.
It's not accurate. We're very focused and committed.
We've been.
You're going to make
Please
us look
stop.
terrible. We have not been drinking at all. I swear to
I
you.
know. That's the best part. You never know.
Maybe
This is-
you've been
This
drinking.
is going to be your welcome video.
Yeah, I think this.
I
is
think maybe this will be our. This was going to be our placeholder video.
So I think
Guys,
we
our
would-
channel introduction video till we get one out there, which hopefully soon we'll have that.
Yeah.
It was a little bit. We didn't have it quite refined today. There's a few videos I thought we were going to be putting out today that are just a little bit more fine tuning. So, and we were talking about doing a weekly release schedule on Mondays, and I think that's still true, except that I don't think we should be limited to that. If we
Yeah.
feel like putting out more, we might put out more. Like today, we're putting out 2, so we could each be represented. But we're going to at least do a video a week, though you may have some surprise videos in there, not just the Monday video.
Yeah, and they're going to be all over the place. They're not just
Yeah.
one thing. They're not just one. They're not just one type of like video. They're kind of. We've got a whole bunch of different stuff already filmed that
Yeah.
I'm really excited to show.
So that's something we were talking about earlier, having a collaboration of friends. One thing I'm excited about is that as I've been exploring ASMR as a genre, I've really gotten into certain, I mean, I really kind of like all of it, but there's certain kinds of videos that work better on me and that I'm probably more interested in making, like sort of task focused. I really like no talking videos, so I do want to make some of those. Speed draw type things, sounds, heavy trigger focused kind of things. But we're also interested in role play, or at least producing role play, and you've got your whole angle that you're all about.
my weird thing. Yeah, we should talk about the test a little bit because it was really funny to see that so many people were jazzed about funny or silly ASMR because I didn't think we were going to put that test
Yeah.
on the internet at all.
I just needed a video on my other channel, and I just like, hey Max, do you mind? He was like,
Sure. I didn't even remember what it was in. I thought you were talking about something else, and so I was like, okay. And
people liked it.
yeah,
So, and so you're probably going to continue being yourself.
I don't think I can not be myself unless I try to be like really serious, but that would still come off as funny. It would probably still come off as like yeah.
Hey, because the chat is not working, I said that people could send me questions through Twitter. So
Okay. Is there anywhere any chat that's
it's
working?
not chat; it's just comments. So some people are putting.
That's fine.
Yeah, they're doing questions.
All right. I think that let's do it in YouTube comments. I think that's the easiest way.
Yeah.
Just if you do any question you have, leave it in the comments on
Mhm.
YouTube, and Chelsea will call them out to us, and we will do our best to answer them.
Yeah.
Or if you have a comment that's, you have to get off your chest, feel free to throw a comment out there.
To tweet it. Yeah. So, what else should we talk about in terms of doing this?
Well, why don't you tell us about your experience with ASMR so far?
Well, it's funny because whenever you first talked to me about doing ASMR, I was like, I don't know about that because I hadn't really ever used it before. And now that I've used it, it's like awesome. It's like a little spa for you.
Well, I think it takes a little while, I think, to find the artists that you, I think, respond to the most. I mean, I like a variety of different people, but in different types of ASMR for sure. I've gotten really addicted to it. And then if at some point I've listened so much that it stops working on me, so I have to like listen to just music or whatever for a little while, like cleanse the mental palette or whatever, and then come back to it. So, but I usually fall asleep to it. Or if I'm like stressed out and just killing time, I'll watch ASMR videos or have them playing in the background.
EXO545 would like to know, Griffin, if that's the dress you wore at RTX.
No.
Which I don't think it is.
No, I don't think I've ever worn this actually. I got it at the thrift store years ago, and I haven't had it. I think I sold a tag in it actually somewhere. It's missing a lace. I need to figure out something to lace it with if I wear it.
You guys are both wearing Scouts costumes, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is more of like a Bavarian, like
Yeah.
beer lady.
But there's the green and the white, I think, is maybe what they're responding to.
Well, green is my favorite color, which is partly why I bought the dress.
Yeah. Oh, and if you like that airplane noise, you
You're
will
gonna love
appreciate
this channel because it's
it. Is
always around.
It was so funny when we started filming. Like anytime that we were about to start recording, then it would be like, okay, now there's going to be a cat dying next door or something, or like something that sounds similar, because it would just be like.
Also, our neighbor I've never met before, and I've never seen before. But whenever we're filming ASMR videos, likes to take like a metal instrument and just rake the side of the studio.
Just needs to rake it.
Just
like it's important. You gotta get that done at that point.
Hottest time of day, whenever we're busy.
Yeah.
That's when they want to do some yard work.
No, it was a challenge learning all the things to get started. But
yeah, well, and I think we're still learning, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and part of it is just tech stuff.
I've learned it all.
Oh yeah, then get this to work right now.
Yeah.
So we were hoping that we would be able to just whisper like this back and forth.
So cool, but we can't do it.
Yeah,
because that's just mono mixed. So instead, we're just like, look, we have it.
The prop. Oh, actually, we're trying to think about a name for our little mascot.
Oh yeah.
So if you have any suggestions for our little,
then tell us what you think.
Mm-hmm.
We are very interested to hear all of the feedback and everything, because it's going to be exciting.
I've actually gotten really excited / nervous about the launch today. We've been just gearing up, and we have more things shot and even mostly edited than we're putting out today. So it's just been trying to like build up something that's before we put anything out there, just to make sure, I guess, that we can do it. And, and so we can continue to release consistently. You can count on at least one video a week.
Yeah, one video a week, and then maybe more.
Possibly more.
Because
Monday is most likely going to be the day we'll put at least something out.
Yeah.
And then we may just surprise you with some other things.
Yeah, which is a good plan. Because we have a whole bunch of different types, and some are a little bit easier to put together than others. Others are much more complex than some of the ones that we'll be releasing. So.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about editing that we're finding too is it just takes longer because the videos are longer, So even if it's very simple, also with sound editing, it's just a lot of attention to detail with little blips and dogs trying to kill themselves or each other.
I'm really also hoping, because whenever I would be recording, whenever I would mess up, I would yelp, just yell out, just so that way I could see it. But I didn't really look at the waveform when I was editing, so I really hope I didn't miss any of those. And you're not just watching an ASMR video of me, and then all of a sudden they go like, "Bah!" That could happen.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, Griffin, I know it was really fortuitous for you because you had sort of a studio space open up right around the same time that you decided to do this channel.
Yeah.
And so I thought that maybe you might want to talk a little bit about how you approached creating the space for Dreaming ASMR.
Okay, well, two things that happened at the same time. Patreon, which was really provided the money to get the mic and get the lights and some of the other things get started. And it also is helping offset. We were renting out this space to friends. Shh, come in. Okay. Actually, speak of the devil, I was just going to mention you.
Yeah, we're talking about your new beer.
Jeff's cousin Christopher just walked in. Do you want to say hi? But you have to do it quietly. So he was the last person to live in the studio, and he just moved out and has his own place now. So instead of renting it out to some of our friends who were asking to rent it, we decided just to hold on to the space so we could make a production studio. So lately, been painting, repainted everything, got rid of most of the furniture in there, and then started soundproofing.
Sorry, all this is really jacked up.
All right.
There we go. Oh, now it's just on me. That's good.
I think, is that
Now
what
it's
you
just
wanted the
on
whole time?
Christopher.
Okay. Man.
Okay, what was now? It's super dark again.
So Griffin, you were you haven't ready yet.
Okay.
You were
Okay.
just explaining about the
All right,
studio.
I'll just
Just move everything
So,
over.
all right, so soundproofing, got a bunch of sound tile and face traps and things like that. And then sort of finding like tapestries and set dressing, lighting, still kind of working on developing it into a production space.
And learning how to record long form audio too.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do more and more late at night just because I live in the city.
Yeah.
So there's just noise constantly.
Yeah.
What
Like
guided
just my house is already super noisy.
what guided your decisions for the backdrops?
Ooh, that's a good
Oh
question.
well, Max is involved in that, and then I think we got your opinion as well, Chelsea. And then I did ask Jeff. I think that was all the people that were kind of involved, maybe Amelia too. Thanks. The dog escaped. There's gonna be a lot of dog noises in all of our videos.
Yeah.
Hope you like dogs.
At least I found all of the cat noises because those were unpleasant. Whenever like two cats are fighting near our studio, they're just like, like it's like in the background. You're like, oh, what is it? What's happened?
Sounds like possession or
Yeah.
murder.
You guys will just have to start filming at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
We're
Yeah.
gonna have to do late at night, I think.
Yeah.
And even still, there's still noise all the time. It's just part of the reality.
Yeah. Well, and once you get it, if you don't get clean audio, there's not really a way to like edit around it unless you want to like murder yourself. It's kind of given us a new respect for sound people.
Well, I've been trying to learn a lot more about sound editing and just ways to manipulate the sound in Premiere. Getting a little bit better at that, except that the problem with boosting audio is that you make it sound a little bit more artificial. So trying to avoid that as much as possible and try to keep the natural, rich sounds. But yeah, still learning, you know.
You know, that brings up an interesting point because, Max, I know we were talking about this a little bit on Patreon, but it's not available for everyone. But you were saying that filming ASMR is different because you try to film one shot, right? Like one continuous take.
Yeah, like it works best if you are filming, like even if you're cutting between two shots, it's way better if you try to film it all at once because the audio space just like changes entirely. Like if you try to film during the day versus at night, like there's going to be a different tone.
We keep forgetting to get
crazy.
room tone. We should start getting better about that. Oh, quick question, and I don't mean to. Sorry to interrupt the video to ask a question on another video, guys. But that list of my Eagles, the patrons that like in the top tier, we were going to put them in the.
Yeah,
I
we
sent
will.
that to Max.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So let's get that out there. Thank you again to my patrons who helped make all of this happen.
Of course.
Yeah.
And thank you to everyone who's just happens to be here at the moment.
It's very exciting.
We love support in all its forms.
We
For
do.
sure.
Just watching the streams, watching the shows, watching the videos, sharing, subscribing, liking, talking about it. No, but
Telling
those
your
are-
friends.
All those are very real ways to
That
support
is
what
true.
you guys are doing.
Absolutely. One thing I wanted to mention, and we had talked about maybe, but I'm going to bring it up again. You know, in addition to our playlists and the videos we're going to be putting out, I kind of would like to have a section for curated videos
Oh yeah.
of just
for,
our
like,
favorite
ASMR
videos
for
from
sure.
other
A
artists.
carefully cultivated list of
Yes.
ASMR
That we would
videos.
like to recommend.
Yeah.
So that will be on the channel soon as well.
At some point, your video looks like it's almost done processing, but
Oh, and I wanted to let everyone know Max did all of the graphics and a lot of the artwork that on that side of things, like channel art and titles and the intro animation. That's all Max.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
no, it was fun. I was just gonna originally do like a little, just whatever kind of intro, and then I spent like way too long. Like I was supposed to be editing all of like Friday a while ago, and I was like completely just like became absorbed with it because like the first couple of versions I made looked super cheesy, and then it was like, no, it has to be better. So I spent all of the day working on a 10-second video, and then the next day made like a 30-minute and then like an hour and a half. So it's like It's really weird how video and time works.
Yeah.
One thing that I really want to do with this channel, in addition to just trying to make good ASMR videos, we really want to, we both have backgrounds in set design and art and design in general, and we just really want to have high production value as much as we can. I mean, we're learning at the moment. There's going to be some kinks to work through, but our goal is really to make some beautiful videos.
Yeah.
So we have a question from Twitter.
Okay.
Exciting.
Alex at XO545 asked you guys his favorite question, which is, what are you all going as for Halloween?
Well, I was kind of playing to try to figure out what I have already in my house. I really wanted to be a dapper gentleman, but I don't think I have time to try to find a suit that'll fit me with everything else I still have to do this week. So it might just be more closet finds. What about you?
I have no idea because I've spent all of like the week before editing on something else, and then all of this week, like, you know, it's just been like trying to hammer out all the details. So I have no idea. Now that I've kind of got like a moment of freedom, and I'm like, what do I do? But I don't know. Maybe
We do have some good costume shops in Austin, and also places that aren't costume necessarily, but have a lot of very costumey type like options and accessories.
Yeah.
Here's an idea.
Oh, Gears is live.
'Cause
Oh, good.
Gears is live.
My video is
Oh,
live
yay.
finally, so check it out. It's up.
It
Podcast.
just became live.
Oh, I gotta put the Eagle stuff on there too.
Well, yeah, we're gonna
Or
do
too
that.
late.
We'll do that later after the stream.
So yeah, both of our videos are up today, and those two are the ones we're putting out today. Hopefully, maybe this week we'll even put out an extra. I'm not really sure yet. It depends on how much work we have and how long it takes to fine tune some of these things. So we have been shooting videos with other people. Started incorporating some guests to bring more of a variety to the channel. So
Yeah.
Another question
Okay.
from Ben Fox. He would like to know, are the videos supposed to be serious and the humor in them is accidental, or are they meant to be funny? Because you guys do such a great job at keeping a straight face the whole time.
I don't know how straight am I.
I think we're trying to enjoy ourselves while
Oh,
we
yeah.
do this, because this is our side project for both of us. We're both incredibly busy actually doing things,
You guys are very
and we've been distracting
serious.
ourselves with this
Yeah.
channel. So this is the fun one.
And
Not to say that they are.
Well, yeah.
I'm having fun. I mean, everything I do honestly is fun, but
But
this
yeah.
is the thing that is kind of like playtime.
yeah. Well, and yeah, in terms of being silly, yeah, like I think it's just kind of impossible for me not to be.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I try to do serious stuff, it's probably just going to be a little bit silly anyways.
Yeah.
That's so bizarre, Max, because I think of you as one of the most like serious,
Very
and just
serious.
hardcore
Very.
people that I know. So
Oh my goodness. That's great. Yeah, we even have our little custom thumbnail. That's exciting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the thumbnail, consistent thumbnail. What else do we need? Oh, we need a channel intro video. So that's on its way. Until then, this is a placeholder.
soul work.
That's a great. Make a little
Yeah.
intro video. Other than that, just trying to maintain a relatively consistent schedule, or at least we have to at least get a video out a week, just to still be around and be present.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. So something that I've wanted to know is if you guys could talk a little bit more about the format of the channel, because I know you guys are collaborating. You're going to bring in guests. You said something about a carefully curated list of other videos. So are you imagining that, you know, Max will release a video one day and Griffin will release a video another day, and another day will be guest day? Or how are you guys seeing that working
I
out?
think, well, we just sort of discussed, we had planned originally on just doing a new video every week, but I think that because there are multiple people on the channel, I don't want to limit us to only one video a week, because like today we were trying to decide, well, what do we put out first? Because we had another couple videos we could have focused on and gotten out as if we had, but we had to make the choice. And so we both wanted to have our represent. And so I think that the more I think we do this, and if we get enthusiastic and the more efficient we get at it, we may not want to only show one person per week.
Yeah. Which is like kind of, we have some special guests coming up. And actually, I just noticed on Twitter he was wondering if it's coming up tonight. I was
You
like,
should mention it.
no, I know.
But see, because that one is very, very close. I was working on that over
Yeah.
the weekend, and there's just a little bit more on the sound that I need to work on. It all looks great. It's edited, but just moments where sound is a little bit louder and might be jarring if you're trying to fall asleep to it. So I have to do a little more tweaking on that one. But
Yeah, I mean, we were literally like right before this. There's Arrow.
My dog has a very relaxing bark. Don't
Very
worry.
relaxing bark.
Wonderful.
Yarr! Yarr! Yarr!
Okay, wonderful.
That's my ASMR
We may
version
have to
of the
make
bark.
Millie take her for a walk
Yeah.
or take her outside.
I'll talk to her, but first I wanted to say, Arrow, are you serious? Friend of the channel.
Can you take her to the backyard, please? Just get her.
I wanted to let you guys know that friend of the channel, Heather Feather ASMR, is here.
Oh,
And she
hi.
said, hey guys, good luck, we're rooting for you.
Oh, thanks.
Which is really
You're
sweet.
the best.
Another question comes from Nick's Redfern, who wants to know, I think this is, if it's what I think it's referring to, I think it's for you, Griffin. You mentioned doing some other relaxation type videos besides ASMR, and what sort of videos would those be? And they said, maybe some singing, which...
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
like lullabies. I do lullabies on Periscope sometimes when I'm in the mood. So I think this would be a better place to put those than on my chainsaw carving channel.
Yeah.
Especially if they're real mellow, you know?
Yeah.
So music, I think, is something I'm interested in incorporating in this channel. I happen to be friends. We live in Austin, Texas, so we happen to be friends with a lot of musicians. And so we're hoping to maybe get some of them involved and maybe some actual real binaural beats. I'm definitely
Oh, yeah.
interested in experimenting with sound and music and ASMR sort of combined as a thing. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can get that off the ground as well.
Well, and I like singing as well. I don't really publicize it, but
Oh, really?
I can do it. So we should think about some things.
Do Max in the shower. Max in the shower as a
Oh my
series.
gosh. I was like, if I could do one of me driving in the car singing, then that would be pretty funny. But
Yeah.
I think that would be a little bit too high energy because I'm pretty sure I'd be like,
Max, do you
Yeah.
take very energetic showers? Is that what you're trying to say?
In the car. Well,
In the
car,
car.
that's different. That's when you want something
Oh yeah,
adult.
no, I'm high energy in
Yeah.
the car for sure, for sure.
Yeah. But the shower's nice because it's real echoey, so I think that always inspires the more like slow, like operatic sort of.
Yeah.
Torch song. Well, and also, and I don't wanna throw at anything, Griffin, that you don't want.
Oh, I will tell you.
Okay, good. But you know, you've also mentioned in a few places doing some relaxing art related things.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
which that
From my perspective, I am interested in doing things that are more art focused, and there's something I would really like to launch that I have to get just a little bit more mental bandwidth because it's enough going on at the moment. But in the near future, I'd like to do something that is a little bit more art task focused. For
Yeah.
sure. That's probably my angle. Plus, one thing, I don't want to spill the beans too much, but we're interested in doing role play. And so we're kind of working on some role play projects as well. And hopefully that'll be where a lot of be collaborating with potentially other ASM artists or with just friends who are interested in trying it out. That might come into play.
Yeah, and I won't divulge what we've filmed thus far, but in terms of other forms of relaxation, we have filmed a bunch of videos in a different category that we're not releasing today because they're not quite there.
They'll be in
But-
the no talking category for more for
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah, and it's just like an ambient image for like an hour and a half that you can fall asleep to. So that way, you just put it on, or preferably you put on the playlist, and then
Yeah.
then
And it won't be jarring you awake.
nothing jarring. We'll have to make sure we disable the ads before the play.
Yeah.
Or the play. Figure out how we're gonna do.
We have to figure that out. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I think we will have ads at least for the time being. Maybe that's something with Patreon milestones we could address later. But for the time being, hopefully there will be some ads because we have to pay for some of this stuff. So
Yeah.
sorry. It's reality, folks. We're going to try to avoid reality as much as possible here, but there are a few
We
things.
hate it. We hate reality.
Another question from Twitter, Anne Hioski would like to know, do you guys experience ASMR yourselves? And what are your favorite ASMR artists, which is really cute, and ASMR triggers?
Okay. Yes. And I didn't know what it was called. And I never even thought to ask if anyone else felt it. I guess I assumed everyone did, and it was nothing that I ever talked about. But my brother and I, when we were little kids, used to, we shared a bedroom for a long time because we had a small house. And so as little kids, we would sometimes, like, as we were falling asleep, like play with each other's hair. Like, we were really, really little. And I remember that being like, and drawing each other's backs, the game where you draw on somebody's back. And that was sort of, I think, my first introduction to triggers. And my dad at one point got really into hair braiding. Like, he's an artist, so he was like, I want to learn all the braids. So he would braid my hair, and I remember getting it then. And so, yeah, my favorite triggers, I have a lot of them, but I think I really love crunching sounds, sand, gravelly kind of sounds. I love crinkling, though recently I've had a thing where crinkle sounds make my ears wobble. It's hard to explain.
No, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it like starts, my ears start to convulse. So I'm kind of taking a break from crinkle sounds.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. And then other ones, I mean, actually I get triggered pretty easily.
Yeah. Well, at first when you told me about it, I was like, I don't know if I experienced that because I was like, that sounds weird. But then, I remembered, oh, I'm super weird, so we'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
And I've learned.
You got to lift up the weird category.
Yeah. Tapping, tapping, I think intentional speaking. There's no way for me to like really describe. Like I almost have like a deja vu effect with intentional speaking.
What do you mean by intentional speaking?
Like very deliberate. Yeah, or very like it's very like on. I didn't really do it in the first video. I didn't even know what I'm talking about, but I've seen it in other videos and it works really well on me.
I like repeated words. I've discovered that one recently. Watching Soft Anna, I like her a lot, and she does repeated words, and that totally works for me. So that. Oh, I'm going to answer the favorite ASMR artist so far.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, Heather Feather and
love ASMR requests.
ASMR requests, definitely, and then Gentle Whispering, of course. And I really like Made in France a lot. I think that's the style of ASMR I'm really interested in making, though not. You can't really see that from the video I'm putting out today, but more task focused, no talking. Millicent, I have a bull terrier, which is not what you want in a china shop or in an ASMR studio.
Yeah, nope. It's not the most relaxing.
Just like sweeps through the room, gallops through. She's fighting. She always wants to be exactly where she shouldn't be, and she loves to walk through cables and knock things over.
Yeah. She really likes to hide under the editing bay, which is like the absolute worst place.
And unplug hard drives while you're working on things.
Yeah. So we don't know how much longer she's going to do. She's going to keep the dog.
Okay, I'm trying to think some other favorite. I mean, I have other favorites.
I think like it was the first few that you mentioned. I think those were the ones that like really worked for me. Like first off, like whenever I was like exploring, I looked at some other people, but though like ASMR Request, Heather Feather, and then Gentle Whispering were both very like.
They pop up a lot too, so I think that is a lot of people's first introduction because they are usually at the top of searches. At least it's hard to tell now because I follow so many different ASMR artists that they kind of start to rotate more in my like suggested videos list. And it's really all that. Now it's all Bob Ross for me because I've been watching Bob Ross obsessively this week. And so right now everything is Bob Ross.
Mine's all just whatever horrible crap I decided to watch on the internet and things I want to see more of it.
I think the Bob Ross is actually has been always really inspiring to me, even as a kid. I used to watch it with my dad, and I had the Bob Ross art paint set or whatever, like the kit. And I watched those videos a lot, and it's so funny, but it really is ASMR. It's like brushing sounds and tapping sounds. Definitely like the godfather of what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's so pretty, yeah. Do you guys ever watch? I love the ones where somebody's organizing something, like, because I sometimes
You mean
get
like
triggered
Max in his game
Oh.
cartridges?
Yeah, it's
I mean, like
beautiful
Max
sound.
organizing. I literally thought of that, and I was just like, I like the sound that cartridges make, and then I really like laying things out symmetrically. So
Yeah.
there we go.
No, I love it, and like I can even kind of get triggered from images of like, you know, when somebody puts like the last book in a shelf and it fits perfectly, and it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So yeah, I love organizational ASMR videos.
I like collections too and hauls and things like that. I like to see what
collections are
people.
great.
I love in general. I really love objects.
You just love things.
Things. I love little cute things, and so I like to see everyone's stash. You know, things.
Me too.
I've never watched any of the haul videos, but
They're cool. I want to do one.
I'm sure
I got a lot
I'll
of
do one
random
at some
stuff
point.
around. Oh man, we should just go into your garage and clean it.
Oh god, I already started doing that.
Start pulling all
But
the
like
sets.
every
and
time I
stuff.
clean something, it's basically like at my house, it's basically like I have to like tear it all completely apart, like completely make it chaos, and then like right at the end, like in the last 30 minutes, that's when it becomes fine.
Have you ever seen the movie Amelie?
Yeah.
Okay, so I love how they introduce the characters at the beginning, and then they're both
Terrence's
like that.
toolbox. Yeah,
yeah.
that was awesome.
So we have another question. Arian Jonkas would like to know, Griffin, how do you find the time to work on everything you do on YouTube, ASMR and carving and video editing and everything?
Good question. I need a video for my main channel by Wednesday, so that is becoming an issue. Like Chelsea and I were talking about recently. So Chelsea and Max, and I mean, I do have a lot of help, and I do like put my friends to work a lot. So, but it is, I do have a lot of things going on at the moment, and now I'm trying to decorate for Halloween, which is crazy. But
maybe you should try just a little bit of, like meth.
Yes, that would really help this channel, I think. Let's get really hard.
ASMR.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe not that.
But the problem is there's no shortage. It's good. I'm not complaining. There's no shortage of ideas right now. And actually, there's a webcomic project too that's coming up that I really want to do. No shortage of ideas or creative inspiration. And even creative energy. I'm feeling pretty energetic. Time is the problem now. And also trying to keep balance in personal life, because I don't want to totally ignore my family, and like,
it's not totally, but like 90%.
No, but there, I mean, at some point you look at me and you're like, wow, I made my kid. I mean, she plays video games and loves it, but at some point I need to set some limits there. And then part of that is stepping away from the editing station.
Time for mothering. Yeah.
Maybe.
You guys just went on a really lovely family
True. And you
trip.
know what I did during that trip? I got clips of video for the ASMR channel. and I was on the patio. And I sat on the patio and I ignored them and I edited.
But you know what that makes it? That makes it a business expense.
Yeah, that's true. It's
No, that's true. No, I mean, it's fine. But, and I'm not complaining, and I'm lucky my family's very understanding and they all have their own video projects and we kind of are overlapping too. And I think Millie might help out. So we're working on this ASMR roleplay stuff that we're going to do too. And she may make an appearance, maybe not on camera, but maybe just in voice. I'm not sure yet what is exactly appropriate there. I don't consider ASMR to be I consider it to be essential art project, not sexual in any way. But I don't know how other people take it, and I'm still kind of figuring that out before I throw my kid into it. So.
Yeah, probably a good plan.
Yeah.
But she loves ASMR too. We're both obsessed, and we'll both go and watch it. And Jeff doesn't understand us.
He's just jealous.
Yeah.
He just wishes he had tingles.
We get the tingles.
I don't know if he did. I don't think he does experience them. Maybe occasionally, but
I think you got to find the right one, because if you find there's so many of the the not right ones, even if it's a good video but it doesn't have the right triggers for you, then it just doesn't work.
Or sometimes the triggers work, except that just the sound mix is just a little bit off, or it's just either a little bit too hard or a little bit too soft.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's finding just the right amount of I guess the level that you're listening to it at.
Yeah.
That's one thing I like is sometimes some channels will do the same video twice, and they'll do one whispering and one just with soft spoken, and I like that because sometimes I'm in a whisper mood and sometimes in a soft spoken mood. It's nice to have variety.
Oh, one thing I'm going to throw out there too: if you have any favorite ASMR artist, put a link to their channel in the comments, because we're interested in discovering more. And I mean, I've been looking pretty hard, but I'm always surprised to find one that I had no idea about.
Well, it's funny that you said all of your, because I've noticed that all of your YouTube channel is good ASMR recommendations, but because I watch ASMR videos, but then I have friends over and I want to play them whatever horrible thing I found on the internet.
Yes.
So I've got a good mix of ASMR, horrible stuff that nobody should ever watch, something silly, and it's just all mixed together. And I think YouTube's just I don't know what you like, Max. Just here's, I don't know, this maybe, whatever. Doesn't work.
They're trying to confuse the algorithm.
Yeah. I'm confusing the algorithm, man.
That's how you rebel today.
I'm getting rid of the algorithm. I feel that way about Facebook a lot, but that's also because on Facebook, whenever I'm on Facebook,
you're political.
That's interesting.
I find the wrong ones.
So somebody has already had a suggestion or request. Abby Hewitt says, so I'm taking the time to crochet the loose hair into my dreads right now while watching this. You should get a hold of some dreads and a crochet hook and record it for a video. It's an interesting little sound. And we actually have a friend with really long dreads.
Oh, yeah.
Might let you do that if he ever comes back to
That's a good idea. I really wish I could have dreads, but I can't because of sawdust. Also, I just cut my hair off recently.
Yeah.
But that is the great thing about collaborating and having a channel with multiple people, which we'll see how it is. The thing we were worried about is that it might be confusing. But we're going to try it because there's so many things like that where it's oh, that'd be great. Or Millie and I just saw a harp player, somebody playing the harp, beautiful, classical harp. And it was the most beautiful thing ever. And watching her fingers was just really interesting. I mean, just how they were really strong, moving so.
Oh yeah.
So, and I will never learn how to play. I'm assuming that's never going to be me. So like that's one thing we could bring in.
Yeah, I think we've always liked the idea of like a variety show. We've always liked the idea, and we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it, with a lot of stuff from us, but like we definitely have so many fun friends that it's just like, oh my gosh, there's so many cool things that they can do.
And the great thing about living in Austin is that we are surrounded by artists and musicians. And so, I don't know, I think it'd be more fun to just make it a big collaboration. Though, I mean, as far as like who's in charge or whatever, I mean, we're kind of on the hook. And part of the thing we're doing right now is trying to get a consistent look for the channel and for the thumbnails and everything, just so you can see and be like, oh, that's a Dreaming video, and not even if it has a different face you don't recognize right away. And then I think as people, our friends, the ones who really click with us, they might come back and it'll be more of a recurring thing, and so you'll get a chance to get to know them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anybody that we bring on, generally, I think like unless they're like just in town for the weekend or something, like generally we would want them.
There's some things too that might be really specific, like the dread looping. We may not need to get a bunch of those, but one video, so.
Yeah. I think, I had a thought and I just completely lost it. Boom.
Any other questions? Oh, and also let us know if you can't hear Chelsea asking the questions, or if you can't hear us or anything, and we can adjust.
Or if we're too wonderful.
Somebody said that my ASMR voice was lovely. So
Chelsea's trying really hard to prove a point to us.
In your face, everyone ever who's ever known me who said that I was the loudest.
She is the loudest person. I'm amazed that because I wasn't sure. I thought maybe that if you lowered your voice, you would be speaking at a normal volume.
No, but I will tell you, this is physically and emotionally exhausting.
She needs to express.
She needs to elaborate.
Just a girl's doing her best.
Just a girl in this crazy mixed up world. Just trying to make it.
Just trying to Mary Tyler Moore back here. I have a question.
Like you do?
Yes, Chelsea. I have a question for you guys. First of all, how dare you? So, I guess my question would be, moving forward, it's a rehash from something we did earlier, but moving forward, are there any like grand dreams? Like if you could go anywhere to capture sound?
It's really, I don't know, like I have like the weirdest inclination. Sure. And it's always like, it's like a Middle Eastern temple, which I'm like, that's probably impossible to film in. And it's probably a really long way to go. And also like, like me hanging around there, just like, I put this GoPro down right here. But like, I seriously think they're so beautiful. It would probably be an amazing image, like for either a background or for its own, like just ambient video.
We're talking about like a mosque, like with the Makanas and stuff?
Yeah.
It's
just
really
like,
interesting.
Yeah.
Reverb.
Maybe like deep sea.
Oh, deep sea. Oh,
like just those real deep.
I honestly do that all the time. Like I go and try to look up like deep sea creature videos just because I think they look awesome.
Yeah.
Because you like nightmare things.
I do like nightmare things, but I would love like a 2-hour-long video of just like deep sea creatures kind of coming up to the camera.
The fact how sound carries underwater so much further, and certain things like, I mean, not like I'm really into whale song or anything. I know that might be a shock since we are doing a meditation-y sort of thing. But I think it is kind of the idea of animals communicating underwater could be really interesting to capture in an ASMR-ish sort of way, or in a binaural beats way.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, all of the travel stuff, I mean, this is taking your question and mutating it.
Good.
I think I'm more interested less in going exotic places, but in experimenting with the format.
Oh, yeah.
And experimenting just with like multi-sensual art in general and things that can have a real reaction in the viewer.
Yeah.
That is like physiological.
Well, and
emotional.
We ended up, what was it? Why do I keep on losing my train of thought? What is happening with me today?
I don't know.
Because you're the one that's drunk.
Nobody's drunk.
Nobody's
drinking.
You don't drink an ASMR.
We don't drink an ASMR at the same time.
So
you can kind of tell. I feel like if you ever drank an ASMR, I feel like it would be like So I
you totally
do a
do.
thing.
I wonder if slurring. No, nobody's got it like that sound. It's like the least because you're like it causes. It totally does. It creates stress. You're like, what is this crazy person gonna do?
No, but speaking of format, something that probably should have asked way at the beginning of the stream, but not everybody is. Some people are just learning about ASMR through you guys, and some people are really new to it, and maybe you want to take a second to talk just a little bit about some of the lingo, lexicon, like what are binaural beats, what is a binaural mic?
Oh, good call.
Oh, that's a good call.
Things like that.
So
What are triggers?
this is it's not going to work because it's mono.
I'm still trying to trigger you.
Yeah. If you're not familiar, this is the binaural mic. It has
See the little ears?
these beautiful little ears.
Oh, it's hard to see in here.
It's a little bit hard, but
Wait, there, maybe if we adjust because
now we're never going to be able to put
we'll
it
get
back.
it back here. Show.
Not the right.
Oops, sorry.
There we go.
I'm terrible at that.
So it has the microphone right in here. You can kind of see it. And there's one on the other side.
Yeah, I caught that hair thing sometimes.
And then we run it into this little doodad. And then that little doodad goes into my computer. So
doodad, yeah, that's what she was asking for.
yeah. So that's a technical explanation. We put the doodad on the computer, and then we make the video. But in terms of binaural beats, we have that in our logo right now and not in the videos. But we will have it in the videos, and it's basically
and
just
some of them for sure.
Yeah, it's like in some of the videos, and it's a whoa, and it's a tone that you're playing in each ear.
Low frequencies, and that your brain, it's really weird, but you can, the tone itself isn't vibrating or creating beats, but your brain in the process of interpreting it creates a like throbbing sort of sound feeling or whatever.
Yeah,
and that it can
like a wah 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 wah.
Yeah.
Wah, yeah.
So interested in experimenting a little bit with that. And then what were the other questions? We have too much headroom.
Yeah.
I think the takeaway is just that brains are super weird.
Oh,
Brains
totally.
are super weird.
Yeah,
And this is a weird use for brains.
They like to be massaged.
Yeah.
Technical. Well,
Yeah.
okay, so ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response,
Yes.
which is kind of just the fancy way of saying braingasm.
Yeah.
Like it's just like a big rush of like pleasurable sensation.
Yeah, like you get like a tingle,
On your scalp.
or it can just form like a general sense of relaxation.
And if it's really good, it can go further, like down the spine, or I get mine down the backs of the legs when it's really hitting me like good or whatever.
Hit me real hard.
Does it look like a shin bone?
No, that's really weird.
No, sorry, Chelsea, that's really weird. That's unacceptable.
I won't tell anyone about that.
I'll show myself that.
But what else would we say? Oh, like there's a lot of certain common triggers for ASMR.
Oh yeah, so a big one is tapping. Oh, I have tapping fingernails. Right, let me tap for you. And it's not going to be directional, unfortunately, but tapping's one. I like crinkling sounds too, or air conditioner noises going off right at the wrong moment.
I like air conditioner noises. Those are really calming. Like, ooh, when is that AC coming on?
Soft voices, whispering. I really like crunching sounds or like gravelly sort of sand sounds.
Nice.
Personal attention. Oh, and that's one,
Yeah.
even as a child and since I guess just my whole life, that the biggest trigger, the ones that get my legs going or whatever, the personal attention. It's just, I guess, when somebody is nice to you sometimes, like I remember once one of the biggest ASMR reactions I ever had. I was about 8 or 9 months pregnant. This was maybe 10 years ago. And I was swimming at Barton Springs because I used to go every morning because it was really hot in the summer. And I was pregnant. You get extra hot when you're pregnant. And it was a way for me.
I know, of course.
It was a way for me to be weightless and cool off for like a moment every day. And so I was there and I jumped out of the water. I was just sitting in the sun. And so I had the warmth of the sunlight. That also triggers it for me too sometimes when you just are out in the sun and it's really peaceful. But this really cute hippie girl came up to me and I was feeling self-conscious and pregnant in my bathing suit. And she came and she's like, has anyone to tell you you're so beautiful? Like, and it was such a like, oh, you're pregnant, you probably need to hear this kind of thing. But I really did need to hear it. So like, I had the biggest ASMR reaction of my life, one of them. And I thought about, every time I even thought about her for years, I would get it.
Mm.
Just thinking about that moment, it was weird. It doesn't happen anymore. It wore off, but that was kind of, that was a good one.
That's interesting.
No, but it was, and I think she touched my arm too, but it was just like sweet. It wasn't like creepy. I don't think she was hitting on me or anything.
It was genuine.
Yeah, genuine personal attention, sweetness. Like a lot of people, I think, are a little bit deprived of that. I don't know, especially, I mean, we all have our people in our life. I think we were allowed to have that affection, sort of. And so, I don't know, maybe the stranger thing kind of adds a weirdness to it too. Maybe it's just like, maybe it jars you a little bit more. I don't know. What do you think? Tell us about your reaction. What is your biggest trigger?
Oh, yeah.
I will let you guys know. In the meantime, we have another question. Nick's Redfern again wants to know if there are any ASMR triggers that definitely don't work for you, like have like a bad effect.
I have a hard time with mouth sounds. They don't bother me. I really like inaudible whisper when it's just like just the tip of like the teeth and like lips touching, and you barely even hear. You can only hear like the consonants super lightly. But when it's sticky mouth sounds, oh god.
Oh yeah, there used to be like even long before ASMR. In the way that like some people like really hate the sound of like silverware on teeth or anything like when you're eating, I really hated it when somebody would unintentionally smack their lips, and I have no idea why. It would be like a what the hell, like ugh. And I don't even like if you tried to do it intentionally, wouldn't do anything. But if you did it like, it's not like oh, and sometimes if somebody's really good at like, I think there's a really big difference between like somebody who knows how to handle that like C and that S and that Z, and somebody whose mouth is just really dry and it sounds gummy. And,
and that's a hard thing to remember sometimes too, especially because it's been really hot here. Like to have water ready, and take the time to like really hydrate before starting, because then you'll get into like a spiel and you'll be like, your lips will stick to the teeth, and it's hard to do. We're being attractive over here.
I have to say though, maybe I just haven't found. Okay, cool.
There.
I really wish that worked.
I'm really glad that is in our intro video.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Temporary intro
You know,
video.
it's sad though. Maybe I just haven't found the right one. But when it comes to like the bad things, like having a bad response, I have a much stronger like physical response to the ones that I hate than the ones.
It's like physical repulsion.
Yeah, but like okay, like there's like this one sound that if I hear it, it's the worst thing in the universe. But even thinking about that sound right now is sending like full body tingles.
And you're telling the internet this so that they can send you it every single moment.
I'm specifically not saying that.
She doesn't trust you.
She doesn't trust you. Hashtag Chelsea, our fish doesn't trust you.
I trust you, gentle listener. I don't trust the whole. You know what I'm saying?
You don't trust the whole internet?
You should trust the whole internet. They're like on some pretty. They like got some pretty good advice.
It's comfort.
You know what? You know what's always shocking about the internet is that everybody's so friendly there all the time.
Yeah. Just get nothing but positive feedback.
Just positive vibes, left and right.
Okay.
That's what I like about
I
it.
do think that in ASMR though, there's a community
Well, yeah,
that is a little
ASMR.
bit nicer than most, right? We're banking on that.
Yeah, let's hope. Otherwise, y'all are saying some real mean stuff on the comments.
Or all the other ASMR artists are just deleting mean things constantly.
Don't worry, I've been deleting all the comments.
Okay,
Really
good.
negative stuff.
But you would just delete all the positive comments on ours. Be like everybody.
She's leaving all the ones like, Chelsea's got a great voice.
So good.
It's wonderful. No, that's not accurate. I left everything.
So we have just a couple more minutes. We should start wrapping it up.
Oh yeah, we should tell
Sorry,
everybody where to
great.
find
So
us.
do you guys want to do some shameless promo?
Shameless promo.
Yeah.
Shameless promo.
Wait, it doesn't matter because this isn't Binaural. But can't you imagine how exciting this would be? Follow Max Cookie on Twitter for more fun antics.
Okay, before we get into promoting Max,
Just Max.
please subscribe to our
but wait,
channel.
Yeah,
Yeah, subscribe to
So that
DreamingASMR.
primarily here we would like to promote
DreamingASMR.
Dreaming ASMR, and then Max Cookie,
And
at Griffin Ramsey,
Griffin Ramsey.
and at
Griffin
Chelsea Healthy.
Ramsey.
At Chelsea. I'll put all those in the comment.
All right,
At
they'll
Chelsea
be-
They're all going to be in the description.
And
but
then we'll add in some other friends as we go, and we'll definitely be linking back to their channels. A lot of our friends we're collaborating with have their own channels, so we'll be able to link those through YouTube, and you'll be able to find them pretty easily. If you like their stuff, you can like see more.
And please give us feedback. We are so ready to hear
Feedback,
everything.
suggestions, anything you'd like to see, let us
Oh.
know. I mean, we'll try to get to it as soon as we can, and hopefully it kind of overlaps with our interests. And if it doesn't, like I said, we're incorporating other people who have different styles, so we can maybe cover a lot of the I don't know, requests, or you
Something like that.
can hear the background of the city. That might work for somebody, right? City
Yeah.
sounds. I'm really hoping you all love city sounds and dog barking
Otherwise, this will be really
and
bad.
cat fights.
If you like cat fights in your ASMR, we've got you covered.
I actually took a video. There was a cat fight out there like an hour ago.
It's constant.
Yeah.
The cats here are vicious.
Neither of them were your cat either. They were two completely
They're just like,
unrelated
"Let me come."
cats.
This is it. Anytime we have the mic out, all of the animals in the neighborhood decide to have battles in our
Yeah.
yard.
They're like, it's time to fight. We've got to be here.
Nothing beats a totally random story, but the best one is that the other day I went over to Max's house. Max has this beautiful big dog named Mordecai. He's amazing. And thanks, Clay.
Just like a fighter
It's like a
jet.
helicopter going right over your
And we
head.
were gonna get down to business, and I literally I drove to Starbucks and got a full coffee and went straight to Max's house. And I was like, I'm ready to go to business. And then Max opened the door, and Mordecai didn't even hit me. He just reared up and punted the coffee out of
Right
my
out of
hand.
her hand.
And it was
Really?
a full coffee, and it just spilled everywhere.
That's kind of funny. Did you sort of like when jerks in the hallway
Yeah.
do that? Like when they hit you.
I wish, I was sad about the coffee, but I wish we had filmed it because it was amazing. He didn't even get me. He just
No.
went, no.
Boom. You're
That's-
done.
I've been trying to get cute video of our pets doing things too, and it's really hard. I don't know how people manage to capture things. You have to have the camera on all the time.
Right, the right
Animals
one.
always have the sense of when the
Yeah.
camera's on and they stop doing it.
That's true.
Okay. Anything
Well,
else we want to go over before we say
I
goodbye?
don't think so. Let me do one last refresh and make sure we don't have any last comments.
Next Monday, we're going to be having a really exciting release of a new video, but we won't say what it is.
Yeah, and it's possible that we may have videos come out between now. We'll see.
Yeah.
Definitely every Monday.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to first of all, thank you for being here now live if you are and asking questions. Thank you for watching later if you didn't catch it live. And thanks especially to my patrons on Patreon who helped provide the money for the binaural mic, the lights, and some other things. So thank you.
Thanks, y'all. Y'all the best.
We need to do text and ASMR.
Y'all the best.
ASMR, y'all. That was my
ASMR,
idea.
y'all.
That was going to be, that was a potential name.
We were also going to do Lone Star ASMR.
You were really pushing that.
I was into it.
Logo-wise, it would have worked.
It would have been
It
cute,
would've been-
but
it
not
sounds great.
not as a thing.
I think dreaming is pretty.
ASMR.
Yeah.
Dreaming.
Dreaming.
All right. Should we say goodbye? Anything else?
I think we're good.
All right.
Goodbye.